told her, I've been smashing him every night. I've been tossing his salad. He been riding my face and vice versa. And she still won't leave. Why should she? Why should she? The wife did nothing wrong. Why are you angry and mad with her? You're angry and mad with her because you thinking that if she would have left, he automatically would have come to you. And this does not always ring true. Look at Martell. Mel been going what now? 4 years? He had 3 years to marry Ariane. And he still didn't do it. He still won't now. What's the problem? Mel is out the way. Divorce is finalized. What's the problem? And in many cases, when a side piece does end up with them and you do get them, it's not nothing like it was when you were dealing with him when he was married. Because you have to realize, men are wired differently from women. Men are nothing like us. And we are nothing like them. And I hear all the time, if he loved his wife, then why are you over here with me? Why is he letting me ride his face? Why is he always coming to my house? You know why? Because he has a personal demonic problem within himself. And what he does with you does not define his happiness or lack of happiness with his wife. It's lack of happiness and self-worth within himself. See, a lot of you side chicks, y'all are not spiritually woke. A man dealing with you does not define that his wife is not pleasing him enough. But what it does define is that he does not value himself as a husband and himself as a man. Because if he valued himself, he would not have to stoop so low as to having to choose a whole nother woman outside of his marriage to feel whole. Because I'm like this, some of these men, it don't matter if they have their wife, several side chicks, it will never be enough to make him feel whole. Because once a man does not feel whole within himself, it doesn't matter how many holes he sticks himself in, he'll never feel fulfilled as a man. Some of these men got deep rooted issues that has nothing to do with their wives. Who's to say these men didn't already have deep rooted issues before they got with their wives? And it's the side chicks, y'all swear every time these men step out, it's something wrong with the wife. Y'all don't never think it's just something wrong with them. It's something wrong with the wife. That's what y'all want to assume. And y'all mind, she must be not giving him enough head. The wife is not pleasing him. He's not attracted to his wife. And in some cases, that may bring a little truth. But my thing is, if it's so terrible, why they won't leave their wives? Why they got to mess with you on the side? If it's that bad, why he won't just leave the wife? If the wife ain't satisfying him, all that is gaslighting, deflecting, and his game. What other way to make a side chick give in to everything you want by lying and basically telling her everything that you're not getting at home so she can do all that and then some? Don't think because a man drives a nice car, makes a lot of money. You have a lot of these men that are successful, and underneath that success is a scared, fretful, low self-esteem little boy that still feels like his ego needs to be stroked by multiple women in order to feel whole, only for him to find out after he has created a disastrous amount of problems because of lacking discipline, not keeping his dick in his pants. Now he really sees himself for who he is. The one, this is for the men that are woke and have took their bad choices and took it as a learning lesson and utilized it to better themselves. Now, I can't speak for men like Martell, okay, who have not grown, who after enduring a significant loss of something meaningful, who still has not yet to come to that place. And maybe he will. He may be a late bloomer. He may be in his 70s by the time he figures it out, but that may be the case for Martell. But you have the side chicks mad with the wife. The wife does not have to leave her marriage. She has every right to fight for her marriage, regardless of how stupid, pathetic, or desperate you think she is. That wife was there before you. So she has every right to still stay there even after you. And the fact that you took it upon yourself to be with him, knowing he was already married and had a family, you don't have the room to call a wife desperate, stupid, or dumb. Because at the end of the day, if something happens to that man today, everything is going to hurt. All the property, the houses, the cars, the assets. What you will get, you'll continue to get that child support once a month. But that's as far as that goes. His whole life earning income is going to that wife. That's the way the law designed it. And under the word of God, that's why the law has structured it that way. Everything is going to that wife. Her kids are straight for the rest of her life. If something happens to her husband. One thing about the side chick, you will always get the end of the bread. When it comes to that whole loaf, the wife gonna get that whole loaf, and you just gonna get that one end of the bread that nobody hardly even touches. Nobody never even eats the last bottom slice of the bread. That's what you'll get. So you not only that, you have these side pieces that have become so obsessed, following these wives, stalking these wives, stalking their Facebook page, stalking their Instagram. And when it's a celebrity, it's worse. Because, paparazzi is always keeping up with these celebrities. Don't let him and his wife be on the red carpet like Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson and his wife, Bria Anderson, when Deja saw them on that red carpet, she rolled over and died. You know why? Because she's still looking at that fantasy of, that should have been me. That should have been me. Instead, it's her. She still can't. The reality, the fantasy is still overshadowing her reality. You're still looking at this fantasy that it could have been to both of y'all, but the reality is he's a married man. Same thing with Ariana. Ariana is so angry with Melody because she's still looking at the fact that her and Martell could have been where Martell and Melody was. Her fantasy was that Martell and her was going to live this life, the same life that him and Mel had together. She is still holding on to that fantasy. Most side chicks, what has a lot of them screwed up is they're still holding on to the fantasy of what could have been, what should have been, instead of what is. And then the bad part is, these married men who end up losing it all, they resent you as a side piece. Now, is it right? I absolutely don't agree. I hold the married man accountable. He needs to be angry with himself. But Just like side chicks are delusional to a certain degree, so are these married men. They think that it's the side chicks who have ruined it for them. And guess what? All that frustration is going to be taken out on you as a side piece. Because we all know when these side pieces get angry, what do? They expose. And when you expose these married men, why you thinking exposing him is going to make him say, oh, you know what? She done put me out there. She done told everything. I might as well go be with her now. No, it doesn't work like that. It makes them resent you even more. And that's why, listen, that's why a lot of these side chicks are confused. Because they don't understand how he was to my house every night. Booed up with me every night. Holding me, cuddling with me, or you know, all these little gestures, or all this quality time, and all of these things that they were doing together as a couple. In her mind, she's still holding on to that. When to him, it had nothing to do with him catching feelings, being in love. That was just part of his performance to get what he wanted. No different than you have a male group on stage like New Edition. They performing a song. They you know, serenading the audience and even passing out roses and flowers to the fans. It does not mean they want the fans. They are selling the fantasy. Those men are married in real life. So, as their fans and supporters, of course, they still have to make us believe and think that it's all about us and how much they love us. When in actuality, they're just selling themselves. They're selling that fantasy. But in reality, when these men are done performing their songs on stage, they go backstage, wash off, take hot showers, and they go home to their wives, to their regular lives. Same thing. Side chicks don't understand. We cuddled together. He rubbed my feet. He took me to Longhorn. He rubbed his fingers through my hair. Do you know a man can do all of that and feel absolutely nothing? That is the irony. That is what makes men different from women. They can do all this romantic stuff and not feel a thing. And guess what? It's women of us out there who dated guys. You ever went on a date with a guy and it went great? The conversation was bomb. The food was bomb. Y'all joked. Y'all laughed. Y'all had a good time. And the vibe just seemed right. Only for that nigga to not even call you no more. Listen, it happened to me before I got married. A couple of guys, I'm like, okay, the chemistry is there. We vibing. We like the same movie. We like the same restaurants. Only for him to not call me back. And to find out years later, he's married or dating somebody else or created a whole nother family. Men are experts at that. A man can perform and feel nothing. A man can sleep with you, have sex with you, and feel absolutely nothing. That's why they say women are from Venus, men are from Mars, because they can separate their emotions and feel absolutely nothing. Women, we don't have that gift. A man can sleep with multiple women and don't care about none of them except that one at home. Now, I know a lot of people say, now, wait a minute, Mocha, hold on. Really? Why are you saying, Mocha, that a man can love his main woman? If he loves his main woman, he wouldn't be cheating at all. I feel what you're saying, but this is the part that y'all need to understand. Men don't merge their emotions with the physical. They never have. They're built different. A man can sleep with a woman and not even be attracted to her. Have y'all ever seen listen, ladies, do y'all know like an unattractive female? You may even have, your best friend may even look like a werewolf. She may look like a orangutan. Just blink twice. You ain't got to call out in the chat room or nothing. We all know that one unattractive woman who got smashed by that one handsome or attractive looking guy. Back in your mind, you're like, what the hell did he see in her? He ain't saw nothing in her either. Do you know a man could be on top of you, physically getting it in with you, Not even look in your face, not even be attracted to you. He's focusing on getting his nuts off. He's not looking at you got a gorilla face. He's not looking at you got a Star Crunch, Nestle Crunch face. He can intentionally just focus on getting a nut, not even looking at your face, not even at looking at nothing about you. He can separate physically, mentally. A man can separate. So you wonder why, how can a man sleep with a orangutan looking female? That's why, because he knows how to separate. He doesn't get emotional. He doesn't have to look at her face. He doesn't have to kiss on her or do all other things with her. A man can physically be in between the legs of a woman and not feel absolutely nothing but making that but making that eruption. Busting a nut, basically. We all adults here, right? So you don't have to even be attractive. A man can sleep with you and not even like you. Because for them, they know how to separate the head downstairs from the head upstairs. And some of y'all have done it. Some of y'all have slept with men that never called y'all back. You never seen them again. And while you up there enjoying the moment, you basking in the ambience of that, love making a smashing session, and he pulls up his pants and he's out. He could be into the moment while he's physically in the act with you, but when it's done and it's over, he feels absolutely nothing. Especially once he releases himself, whatever he deposits in you, meaning once he deposits his spirit, not just his cum, into your body, he's free now. He done accomplished what he needed to accomplish. Therefore, he feels nothing else behind that. So for you sisters who wondering how he sat up there and made love to me all night, only to zip up his pants or go in your bathroom sink, do a little bird bath with your Irish Spring soap, whatever soap you need, wash yourself off, throw his pants on, and he's out of there. He won't call and check on you after he done left. He won't say, "Oh, I enjoyed you. I had such a wonderful time." Because he already separated himself from you before y'all even got in that bed together. He knew what he was there to do, and that's the only thing he came there to do. So for all of you ladies who lost in concern and you don't know why, how this man made passionate love, only to not even call you again because he done conquered the mission. It was not about falling in love. Listen, it's more deep things I'm going to share with y'all in due time. There's men out there who fornicate with prostitutes. And we're not just talking about men like Martell. We're talking about men that are leaders over churches. Men that are businessmen. Men that are wealthy men. Not just typical Pookie and Ray Ray. Somebody that pretty much thirsted out smashing the body. You have men of high prestige. Men who pretend to have all these standards of morals that are the main ones that are out here, entertaining the succubus and the concubines and all of that. And still can play that role after they done been with the lot lizards, after they done been with the prostitutes, can still preach a good sermon on Sunday, can still go home and make love to his wife like nothing ever happened. Like, do I agree with this? Absolutely not. Because when you, as a man, when you're sleeping with all these different women, you're bringing all kind of spirits into your body that you're bringing home to your wife. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, you stand a chance of bringing home sexually transmitted diseases. It's just very risky. But even with that, it's not enough for these men to stop and think and see all of the consequences before they partake in this type of behavior. But I say all that to say, this is why the side piece is usually left behind in pieces. You can't put the pieces together. You can't understand when y'all had all these wonderful conversations. You can't understand after all these wonderful smashing sessions. You can't understand after all of this quality time hanging out. You can't understand why through all of that he still goes back home. Because he is dealing with you in the flesh. He's not dealing with you in the spirit. And anytime a man deals with you in the flesh, he's dealing with you in a worldly mindset. And when you're in the world, you're not thinking about the consequences. You're not thinking about how your actions affect other people. One thing about flesh is greedy. When flesh takes over, flesh has its way. And flesh is going to conquer. When you're not submitting, to the spirit, you're going to submit to the flesh. You can't serve both. For instance, in Galatians 5:17 says, "For the desires of the flesh are against the spirit, and the desires of the spirit are against the flesh. For they are opposed to each other to keep you from doing the things you want to do." So the spirit and the flesh is constantly at war. You rather a man deal with you in the spirit, meaning through marriage, through an anointing, a commitment. He's dealing with you in the spirit, which means he's giving you his the best qualities within himself. But when he's operating with you under the flesh, what you're getting is the worldly parts of him, meaning he's using you. He's taking advantage of you. You're just there for his own personal gain of fulfillment. And that is one situation you do not want to be in. So I'm into an hour and 14 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. I know the sermon was getting pretty steep, getting pretty good. But, I don't want y'all losing the message, right? But we're going to do more and more sermons on this. Y'all lucky y'all got these back-to-back sermons, because y'all know this don't happen too often. But I'm going to try to at least start uploading at least twice a week. Give y'all some good sermons. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I noticed my last video, I had over 1,000 views. But listen. Only like 900 and something likes. So some of y'all been skipping on my likes. Y'all been passing up my likes. Yeah, that my last video I had 1430 views but only 206 likes. Please hit the like button, y'all. I know y'all hear that a lot from content creators, but it's very imperative. It's very important. It really helps us if our likes match the views. I do understand that, especially the side chicks, they're not going to thumb this up. Because I really hurt their feelings today because I crushed their hope. They had hopes that this married man was going to leave. And I told them on my sermon that it was not going to happen. So if I don't get all the likes to match up with these views, I get it. I understand why. But anyway, please hit that like button. I would appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I'm trying to at least get up to, I think I have like 2.5 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 3,000, y'all. So I need y'all to like, share this with your girlfriends on your job, share this with the women in your family. I think this is be an awesome word for y'all to get out there. So if y'all can share it, I would appreciate it. But I'm going to go ahead and shut it down, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and make myself a little Mai Tai drinky drink and get ready to woosah. So on that note, be on the lookout. Continue to check my community tab, because I'm always letting y'all know when I'm uploading some content and some more sermons coming up. So be on the lookout. Until then, y'all be blessed. And until next time, y'all have a wonderful weekend. It's going to be coming up soon. Tomorrow is Friday. So y'all take care. Talk to y'all soon.